And long at last the day was late. With wizened eyes he watched and saw the colours drain from out the world. Then nature, all her secrets told, held from him no more mysteries, save one alone, which worked his doom. One winter day he went away to sit beside a peaceful lake. There, in the snow, he took his rest, and watched the waters undisturbed. So nature-wise was Merlin's wit, that he could scry the water shine to see the future's secrets told. He peered into the placid blue, and read the ripples and the reefs that broke the surface of the lake. At first he saw his happy days lived out among the folk he loved. But then the ripples spread about, and showed hopes he had not foreseen. He saw the face of Nivian, a maiden fair as Ina was, painted blue upon the pool. Her hair hung red an autumn beech before the falling of the leaves. Her skin was whiter than the foam that broke upon the tidal crests. Her eyes, the dusk upon the sea, stared back at Merlin through the waves. Entranced at once with wonderment, he could not cast his gaze aside. Then gradually the portrait grew, until the hair filled all the frame, its wandering locks like water-weed. Then suddenly the surface stirred, the waves were parted with a splash, and from the lake fell Nivian. Muddled midway meditating, Merlin jumped up from the bank as water splashed upon his robes. Where he had thought he'd scried, he'd seen, for swimming in the lake she saw that Merlin sat there on the bank. While long she had watched him wondering, hidden in the water reeds, he did not mark her when he came. She saw him scrying in the pond and wondered what he saw within. For weeks she had followed where he went. Once she had heard what he could do. She wished to learn the spirit song to match old Merlin as she might. Now there she stood beside the lake, as sea-shine was her body soft. She laughed at Merlin's languid eyes and giggled at his gormlessness. She walked away into the trees. Her plaited hair hung long behind, and looked back at him as she walked. Merlin did not try to stay, but followed her into the trees. Unasked, she led him carelessly into a deepening wood of oak. Merlin lost his way at last. Then, fitful in forgetfulness, he could not strum upon his harp to ask the beasts to show the way. Instead, he made his home with her beneath the branches of the trees. Imprisoned by a hopeless love, he taught her all the arts he knew. Then quick she waxed with wisdom strong, to still him the spirit song. She called the beast to do her will, turned day to night and night to day, and wound him weeping in her wiles. Then once she was with wisdom done. One day she sent him to his doom, for led into a forest cave, she used her arts to close the stones. She took his harp and left him lone, bereft of joy and of his hope. No more he came amongst the kell, and so the last light left the world.